Let's start with what's actually happening with Hedera's institutional adoption, because honestly, the depth here is significant. In recent weeks, we've seen consistent capital inflows, enterprise expansion, and real infrastructure deployment. The $93 million ETF inflow on March 4th is definitely notable. That's single-day institutional capital. It's not retail FOMO, it's fund flows, it's asset allocation, it's an institutional investment thesis. This sort of thing happens when professional investors see value, not just speculation. Fedex joining the governing council represents something different from just partnerships. Council membership actually means governance responsibility. It involves dedicated node operation and a real infrastructure stake. Fedex doesn't join councils casually. They evaluate, they commit, and they maintain. The $1.1 billion in on-chain carbon credits is, honestly, the most telling metric. This is actual real-world asset tokenization happening right now. Companies are issuing environmental credits on the Hedera network. That's usage, that's utility, that's infrastructure working. These aren't just announcements of future plans. These are current operations, carbon credits existing now, institutions accumulating now, enterprise governance happening now. That's the foundation everything else builds on. Now let's understand what Guardian AI integration actually means, because this is where infrastructure becomes really powerful. Guardian is Hedera's open-source platform for environmental and ESG data tracking. You can think of it as blockchain-based sustainability infrastructure. Integration through MCP, Model Context Protocol, into Claude AI is significant because it creates a direct data pipeline. Claude is Anthropic's large language model, and honestly, it's one of the fastest-growing AI platforms out there. Now, Guardian data flows directly into Claude. So, what does this enable? Well, AI models can now directly query the Hedera blockchain for verified environmental data. We're talking about carbon credit authenticity, sustainability reporting accuracy, and ESG compliance verification, all automated through AI. Previously, environmental claims were, pretty static. Companies would issue sustainability reports, and then third parties would come in to audit them. That whole process could take months and, honestly, cost a significant amount of money. And even then, it was still prone to fraud. But now, with Guardian AI integration, companies can plug directly into Claude. The AI verifies claims against blockchain data, pulls carbon credit records, cross-references sustainability metrics, and validates authenticity in real time. It's dramatically simpler and vastly cheaper. For corporations, this is honestly transformative. ESG compliance, which is increasingly required by investors and regulators, becomes automatable. We're talking about AI-driven sustainability reporting and blockchain-verified authenticity with real-time data accuracy. For Hedera, this really positions Guardian as the infrastructure layer, not just some optional blockchain feature, but an essential component of AI-driven sustainability systems. Here's why integrating AI with blockchain changes the equation fundamentally. Blockchain alone provides immutability and verification, but, blockchain is passive. It stores data and verifies transactions, but it doesn't interpret or act on that data. AI plus blockchain, though, creates active infrastructure. AI reads blockchain data, interprets environmental metrics, validates claims, makes recommendations, and automates compliance. That's just orders of magnitude more valuable than blockchain alone. Consider the ESG reporting example. Blockchain can immutably store carbon credit data, but does the blockchain understand if reported emissions match historical patterns? Does it detect anomalies? Does it flag suspicious claims? AI does. Claude can analyze carbon credit issuance patterns, identify outliers, detect potential fraud, and validate authenticity with minimal human intervention. Blockchain provides the verification layer, while AI provides the intelligence layer. This convergence is really where emerging infrastructure gets built. Not blockchain replacing traditional systems, not AI operating in isolation, but blockchain plus AI solving problems that neither could solve independently. For sustainability specifically, this is absolutely critical. Environmental claims require verification, blockchain provides immutability, and AI provides intelligence. Together, they create trustworthy sustainability infrastructure at scale. If you understand why AI plus blockchain infrastructure matters more than either alone, you need to like this video right now. Just one click helps the algorithm reach people who are thinking about technology convergence. Plus, go ahead and share this with other investors. They need to understand that infrastructure depth combining multiple emerging technologies, is really what separates sustainable plays from speculation. Now let's talk about what Hedera's enterprise AI positioning signals. The EQ2I Lab partnership is exploring enterprise-level AI use cases on Hedera. That's different from consumer AI. Enterprise AI solves specific business problems. Companies need AI that integrates with their systems, that respects their data architecture, that meets compliance requirements, that provides explainability. Blockchain offers something valuable for enterprise AI, data provenance. You can trace where data originated, verify authenticity, prove it hasn't been tampered. That's increasingly important as enterprises deploy AI systems. If Hedera becomes the infrastructure layer for enterprise AI deployments, that's massive market opportunity. Every enterprise deploying AI could benefit from blockchain-verified data provenance. The sustainability focus is the entry point. ESG compliance is non-negotiable for enterprises. Investors demand it. Regulators require it. But sustainability data is complex. Carbon accounting is difficult. Blockchain plus AI solves it elegantly. Once enterprises integrate Hedera for sustainability, they're using the infrastructure. They're comfortable with the network, they're positioned to add other use cases. That's how infrastructure becomes sticky. What makes Hedera's positioning strategically significant? It's sitting at the convergence of two massive emerging markets, enterprise-level AI and sustainability infrastructure. AI is exploding. Everyone recognizes it. Enterprises deploying AI rapidly. Billions in capital flowing. That's obvious trend. Sustainability infrastructure is less obvious but equally significant. Environmental regulations increasing globally. Investor pressure on ESG mounting. Carbon accounting becoming mandatory. Sustainability infrastructure is becoming critical operational requirement. Hedera is positioning to serve both simultaneously. Guardian for sustainability. Claude integration for AI intelligence. EQ2I Lab for enterprise deployment. UN partnerships for legitimacy. That's different from most blockchain projects competing on single dimension. Hedera is building across multiple dimensions, multiple use cases, multiple revenue streams, multiple partnership ecosystems. When technologies converge at infrastructure layers, the platforms controlling those layers become disproportionately valuable. Hedera is positioning to control intersection of AI and sustainability. Here's what separates infrastructure plays from hype plays: measurable utility at current operational state, not future promises. Hedera has Guardian operating now with 1.1 billion in carbon credits, Claude integration happening now, Fedex on council now, institutional flows happening now. These aren't roadmap items, they're current operations. Most crypto projects hype futures. Hedera demonstrates presence. That's the fundamental difference. No amount of marketing changes execution reality. But real execution creates sustainable infrastructure. That doesn't guarantee price appreciation, but it grounds the project in utility rather than speculation. Thank you for watching this Hedera infrastructure analysis. The AI plus sustainability positioning is genuinely strategic. The institutional adoption is demonstrable. The infrastructure depth is real. Hedera isn't a hype project making promises. It's infrastructure gradually proving utility. Guardian with real carbon credits. Claude with real AI integration. Fedex with real governance. Institutional capital with real inflows. The coming period will show whether this infrastructure depth translates to sustained value, or whether market moves on to newer narratives. If you want to stay updated on Hedera's infrastructure expansion, AI integration progress, and enterprise adoption acceleration, stay subscribed. We're tracking when infrastructure proves value. Check out the other videos on TJ Crypto World. We've got deep dives on infrastructure plays, AI integration, enterprise blockchain, and everything else you need to distinguish between narrative plays and infrastructure plays. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate projects building real infrastructure. And I'll see you in the next infrastructure analysis.